A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. And in this channeling session, I would be talking about the Divine Masculine's mother. And I think there would be a couple of more of these channelings because I'm receiving these messages constantly. And in this channeling session, she is feeling that she is responsible for putting her son, who's the Divine Masculine, in a very toxic trap. It's almost like he may not be able to recover from it, he may not be able to get out from it, and she is feeling responsible. At this point in time, she has started sensing that the problem will be there anytime. The problem is not so big. It's not looking that dangerous right now, but it would turn out to be so. And she is very sure about it. At the same time, she feels that had she not removed the Divine Feminine from his life, or had she not plotted against their relationship, had she not acted so vicious, today her son would be in a much better place and he won't have to suffer so much, because his suffering has started and it is quite visible. And throughout her life, the Divine Masculine's mother was always, about herself, but at the same time, she also spoiled the son a lot. So all of you ladies out there who feel that your DM does not understand true love, is not very intuitive, is not good with telepathy, or is not good with accepting the true love that you gave to him, that's because he was too privileged and he was given that life which was full of all sorts of privileges. So whatever he asked for, it was given to him. And in return, all his decisions were made by the mother figure. It was so bad that he was so dependent on her that he cannot make any decisions. But at the same time, when a man is very privileged, he is allowed to treat women whatever way they like. As in, if he would be dating a lot of girls, even in Indian culture, there are mothers who allow everything that their sons do. And they can date as many women as they like, they can sleep with as many women as they like. They don't have a problem because it's the son who's doing this. So the DM was always, because he was Divine Feminine's counterpart, and his lesson in this life is to awaken the intuitive powers and to be of help, to be of genuine support to the feminine. But because he was raised in an environment where the feminine loves in such a way that the love is very controlling, but it's very manipulative too. And also this happens because if one of the person in the family, say for example the DM's father, because if you notice this, and I don't know how many of you know this, but in the Divine Masculine's case, he has to heal the patriarchy template. And in the Divine Feminine's case, she has to heal the matriarchy template. Because this is exactly how the templates are designed, okay? Opposite polarity. So, he never had that bond with the father because the bond was never allowed by the mother. Because the mother was very controlling, she was the decision maker, she would not listen to anyone, and she was also over-pampered by the husband. But at the same time, when the mother is too materialistic, the mother is so materialistic that she will not be religious, she will not be, even if she is religious, it would just be done on a formality basis, just to show off. So whatever he knows, the reason why he never got close to spirituality or religious beliefs or anything is because he always saw that it was done in order to just create a formality and just to show that yes, I am also a spiritual person. But deep within, there was no spiritual practice or there was no spiritual behavior. Also, when the DM gets support for everything and the mother doesn't teach him, like this is a wrong behavior towards other women, this is not a good behavior, because both of them also have a very toxic relationship with each other. This is nothing against mothers, this is nothing against motherhood, and this is not to condescend any mother for that matter. But we are not perfect. If we were perfect, then we won't be in the twin flame journey. In many cases, it is seen that if the divine masculine does not heal this whole mother father equation, normally what I have come across is in maximum cases the DMs have to heal more the patriarchy. But why does the mother have such an important role is because many a times the narcissistic mothers may not be very good to their daughters, but they spoil the son way too much because they see the son as their own extension, and also because the masculine energy, which is the husband, he is not in sync with the mother. Because most narcissistic people, they are obsessed, they are self-obsessed, but what is it that they are obsessed about, and why are they always this way, is because they are more stuck in the materialistic realm, and that too in the darker side, and they are always occupied with the issues of wealth. Wealth is number one for them. Money, everything is about money. The more money someone makes, the more they shift their perspective. Then beauty, physical beauty is one of the traits which they use also in their favor, to seduce the husband, or to get things done from other men. They're really good with it. And then status, of course. So 3 things: societal status, physical beauty, and wealth. And by wealth I don't mean abundance, I mean hard cash or money or properties or things like that. And because they have this huge thing of being envious, when they meet the divine feminine, they get like insecurity, because she is very different, and the sun is completely drawn to her, and the sun also likes the spiritual nature or the kindness that she possesses, and the lack of association or attachment to wealth, social status, or any of these things. She would have probably, if you give option to the divine feminine, she would say that, I would love to live at the beach or at the mountain, go off grid, live with my plants and my pets, and do this and do that, and paint pictures, and, make money somehow, and this and that. She would like to have a completely organic and natural life, a very spiritualistic, holistic perspective. So she starts showing this to the sun as well, and she has been teaching the sun to be materialistic. In some of the cases when this happens, the divine masculine mostly can also turn like the mother, and there cannot be any recovery, and then he might also turn into a false twin. Because divine masculines have normally healed the mother part, they are more detached, but they are more attached with the father figures. So if this case is happening in your life, then you need to probably think that you also need to heal your mother template ASAP, as soon as possible, so that it becomes more and more visible to you as to why this person has come in your life and what is he trying to show you. So the narcissistic mother, you can say, she feels that the false self or the ego self is her real self, and they can have ego with anything. Like in this case, I said that the mother may not be religious or spiritual, but she would be very good in behaving in such a way that she would look like a very spiritual person, or a very wise woman, or a very simple woman, as per the need of the hour. But if you technically ask her anything about spirituality, or if you technically look at her vibes or her aura or her energy, if you do an energy reading, you would get to know that it's not real. And you would see her literally everywhere. She would be going to all those popular places where people go to get the experience. They would be aware about all of those things, that okay, this is very popular here, that is very popular, that particular yoga school, that particular meditation center, that particular prayer center. They would probably go to every single place because they know that this is where all the people are going. So they would also like to go over there. And they always have a hold on, other masculines in the household, or they have a sort of a very, politician-like personality. So they are always busy in doing home politics, family politics. within the families also there is a good amount of politics that happens. So why am I talking about this specifically here on this channel is because I know that a lot of divine feminines who could be in runner chaser dynamic, they could be feeling like I'm stuck in the loop, and every time they heal themselves and they come back to the masculine, a lot of the energy goes away because he keeps saying this, that my mother doesn't like you, my sister doesn't like you, they don't approve of you, they don't like you. And if you ask him, why don't they like me? And if you even go and ask the mother, why don't you like me? Like, what do I lack? Do I lack in beauty? Do I lack in education? Do I lack in anything? She will not say anything, as such, but within her mind, within her heart, there are 3 basic things that she feels you don't match up to them, or she has more desire. Basically, if you have a regular job or if you have a minimalistic lifestyle or whatever you're doing, she wants the bling. She wants to see the bling. The more bling, it would be even better. And that way she would feel a bit submissive, because such people always become submissive or sweeter or nicer to people who come in big cars, who wear, all the diamonds and the golds, or if not then the brands, because in today's world the brands have become so costly that just for a label people are willing to pay thousands of dollars. And most brand conscious people, they don't buy brands because of just quality, because trust me, you can get great quality in cheaper or low cost things also. But a brand is almost like getting validation from the society. It's almost like if you show someone a Louis Vuitton bag or a Christian Dior a product, or something fancy, automatically people would be like, oh my god, this person is so rich. This happens in the fashion fraternity a lot, because they show off, to one another. They keep showing off the brands and the labels. And that's why they do all of these big marketings and promotions and big ramp shows and, inviting all the top models and all of those things. Because that is like a big ego massage or a big ego boost and a big thing, Most of the narcissistic people, they also seek a lot of validation from their society or from their own circle. So within their own circle, they would be like, the most important people, or they would behave like as if they are the most important people. And they are very smart in also making it happen or making it look like that. And my friends, a mother is a mother, because in all cultures and in all societies and all programmings, parents, mother and father have a very high and very important role, and we are always taught to respect them, and we should, because they have given us life, and if we did not have this life, then we won't have anything. We won't be here today. But at the same time, it is also true that there are women who are mother-in-laws, they have burned their daughter-in-laws for dowry. There are mothers, if you look at Sri Ram's story, then it was his stepmother who had banished him from the kingdom. But not only Ram was hurt, but it was Bharat who was hurt even more, who were the biological son. Because from the biological son's perspective, he felt very shameful and, he felt very embarrassed by what the mother had done. And forget about what she did to the son, but the husband, Dashrath, in the story of Ramayana, the cause of the death of Dashrath was actually his own wife. So she was also a mother. So we have many such vamps and we have many such characters, because it's not just the mother is flawed. It's just because the human beings are flawed. Human beings have disappointed one another, and they have been doing it since a very long time. And the disappointment will be witnessed by the divine feminine and with the divine masculine. In their stages of awakening, they do come across a point, they do come across a healing stage where they will cry it out, or, in case of masculine, he will hold up his tears because he's supposed to not cry so much. And in case of feminine, she would be releasing all the pent up energy and the tears. And both are going to echo the same words and the same feelings, that humanity has disappointed us. Humanity has disappointed us. People have disappointed us. Human beings are disappointing. And this is one of the aspects that needs to heal, because when it gets healed, not only they get to connect better and more with people who are genuine human beings, who are here to contribute, but also human beings who don't work on the principles of good and bad. They just work on the principles of truth and false. Good and bad can be manipulated. Good and bad changes with time. Good and bad is not a fixed thing. It is just an extension of people's ego. But truth and false is something that we can work upon, and we can research even goodness or bad things based on, is it true or not? From my perspective, is this correct or not? So I'm going to continue this channeling because there is a lot more coming in this particular energy. I would try to do it as less parts as possible, but I think it could go up to 3 parts, and I will catch you soon. And I hope that you are going to get the best benefits from these channelings, because these are very important points of places, and you can say destinations or crossroads of the twin flame healing. It's not just about being in the journey or being in the love and the romance and singing songs and holding hands. The actual healing is always happens via these type of very strong dominating relationships or characters that come in the life of already submissive, a people pleaser, a scapegoated divine feminine. So I'll catch you in the next part. One love and peace out.